So for number 10, what you're going to look at, f of x. Let me see if you can read that. Yes, you can. Okay, so we've got f of x is a half times x squared minus 3x minus 8. So first you're going to find your vertex. That is your negative b over 2a. Let's do that. So we know this is a, b, c. So our vertex is going to be negative b, so that's negative 3. So it's going to be a positive 3 because the negative negative over 2 times a. That's 2 times a half. So that's 3 over half of 2 is 1. So your vertex is 3 comma something. So let's plug this f, find f of 3. It's a half 3 squared minus 3 times 3 minus 8. It's going to be equal to, let's see, 9 minus 6 minus 8. So that's going to be equal to negative 9.5. So our vertex is 3 comma negative 9.5. So let's see where we got x is 3, 2, 3, negative 9. Well, we've got 8, 9, 10. So it's probably in here somewhere. So let's find that point. That is our vertex. That is the vertex. Vert. Okay. Axis of symmetry is your x equals 3, because that is where you're going to have a symmetric equation. Just wait and see. 2 points on each side of the vertex, so let's find where let's plug in 0. That's always, so let's find f of 0, and let's do 5, f of 5, because we need to find on each side of the vertex. So on each side of this, we're going to find something up here. Since we're looking at a 3 there, excuse me, 0 is the easiest thing to find. Like, it just is. So that's one good one to do. I like to do 5, maybe 6, 8, could do 10, you know, whatever makes it easier on you. But let's find 0. That's the given. So f of 0, 1/2 times 0 squared minus 3 times 0 minus 8. So that means negative 8 is our y. So our first point is 0, negative 8. 0, negative 8. I'm going to be willing to bet 3. This is off center. 2, 3, 1. Yeah, this is off center. She kind of messed up on that. Because see how that should, see how you got 2, 3, 4, 2, 1. No, wait, no, we're good. Okay. What the hell? 1, 2, 3. A little bit, that's another point. But anyway, let's do 5. So let's find f of 5. Sorry for my little tangent. 5 minus 8. That's going to be equal 5 squared. Hold on a sec, I think I did that wrong. Okay, this comes out to negative 10.5 for f of 5. So we got 5. We're 5. That doesn't seem right. Let me graph this, see what we're looking at. Okay. I did my math wrong this f of 3 should have come up to negative 12.5. I apologize. See how I noticed something was wrong when I plotted this and it came out to it being like 10.5? Well, that's because our vertex is our lowest point or our highest point. If I'm pointing something that's lower than this, then there's a problem somewhere, and that should be a good red flag for you, just like I had right there. That is not our vertex. Our vertex is actually at 3, negative 12.5, so somewhere down here. So our equation's doing something like this. So, do you see how I came up with how I fixed my error? That's a big help when you're doing your test. Remembering your vertex is the lowest point. If I came up with a point that's lower than my vertex, I did math wrong somewhere. So please keep that in mind. I'm not sure what I did. 9, half of 9, 4.3 times 3. Let's see. I did a half times 3 squared. It's going to be 4.5 minus 9 minus 8. That does come out to negative 12.5. Okay, so there we go. That's our vertex. And when I plug that in, I got something that was lower than what I thought it was. Well, that tells me either this is wrong or that is wrong. Now I know my vertex was wrong. Now I can tell you with utmost confidence that this is the correct vertex. This still is a good point to use, so let's continue. Found 2 points. We found 0, negative 8, and we found 5, negative 10.5. So there's 2 points we can use. There. Axis of symmetry, and our vertex was that. Okay, find where f of x equals 48. I'm going to tell you to look at the calculator and go from there, because that's usually a little bit easier than mathematically, but she'll probably have you figure it out. So all you can do with that is go ahead and say 1/2 x squared minus 3x minus 8 equals 48. Set that equal to 0 by subtracting the 48. Now give you 1/2 x squared minus 3x minus, let me not do this in my head, 56 equals 0. I would use the quadratic equation to solve for x, and you're going to look at your 2 points where your y is equal to that. So when you solve for this, remember how x is going to equal something plus a square root and minus a square root of something. That's the 2 points where you're going to have that. Increasing and decreasing. Okay, let's grab a different piece of paper for that part. Okay, can't run back. Okay, so so if we have an equation that's doing this, and doing this, something like this. I'll explain to you the increasing and decreasing with this. If it is going, we're going from left to right. If it is going up, it is increasing. So we have an increase here. We have an increase here. If I could draw this straight, it would have been an increase. That's what I was meaning. So now, this is a decrease. See how it's going down? But remember, we're always going left to right. So when you go look at it, up, 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 what's that part? That is where the equation is constant. So now we're increasing and now it's decreasing. It's basically where you see a positive slope is increasing. And then you'd see a negative slope where it's decreasing. So that's kind of the idea behind that part of the question. Now let's look back at down here the discriminant. Your discriminant is this part of your quadratic equation. So you're looking for D. I don't know if you can read it there. Actually, you can. Okay. Oh, well, shoot, I can write with that. Hold on, let me grab that pen. Let me see if you can read this. Let's see. B squared minus 4A. Holy crap, we can read that. Okay, cool. So, with this equation, I'm going to do this one, and this one you're looking at A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. And that's a 1. Remember, you've got your imaginary 1s there. So I'll look at this one, because the other ones are a little more straightforward. As long as it's equal to 0, you're fine to find your discriminant. So we've got 9x squared plus 4 equals 12x. We need to have this equal to 0. So we're going to subtract this 12x, and we're going to come up with 9x squared minus 12x plus 4 equals 0. You've got your A and B and C to do that with. So for this one, you'd have D equals B squared, negative 12 squared minus 4 times A, which is 9, times C, which is 4. Oh, yeah, because 4 times A times C. That's for the 4. Okay. I got confused with the 2 4s. So now we've got, let me make sure you can see what I'm doing, 12 squared minus 4 times 9 times 4. Order of operations will make it so that multiplies outright, but when in doubt, you could always put a parentheses there. Well, this is equal to 12 squared, it's going to be 144, minus 4 times 9 times 4 apparently is 144. So your discriminant is 0. That is the exact answer. Okay, least squares regression. I think you do that in your calculator. I think you put those into like, so let's see. Let's do edit. Let me clear out my lines. So for list 1, you could put in your x's, which would be your 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. List 2, you could put in your y's, 4.3, 24.1, 83.9, 188, and 350. Okay, let's see here. Find the quadratic function. Okay, so now we can do, oh, it doesn't want anything here. Like this is, I don't think that's actually anything. So we can find our equation. Let's see. And we're dealing with quadratic. So let's deal with a quadratic. So we do calculate, and let's do a quadratic regression. X values are list 1s, Y's are list 2. We don't have frequency. Now we have our A, our B, and our C. So we can write that as f of x equals I don't know how many decimal places your professor wants you to go. However, this is what this is going to look like if we did it to 4. Minus 5.5341x plus 37.82. That's going to be your equation that you're going to plug in, or that you're going to solve for 1,000 with. Goodness gracious. Okay, let's see. So you're going to set this 5341x plus 37.82 equal to 1,000. You're going to have to solve for it. However, I bet you can probably put it in the calculator and get something pretty similar to it by playing around with your windows. You know your y is going to have to be 1,000. So, let's see if you can see what I'm doing here. Let's put this in here. Now we're going to subtract 1,000. No, we'll just leave it there. We'll look at the original equation. We're going to graph this. That's what this graph right here is going to be. You like that? Poking with the shadow. Okay. 37.82. We want our y to be 1,000. So, well, there's part of the graph. So we need our y to go up to at least 1,000. Or we're not going to see this line. What the hell? Okay, I don't know why it didn't go there. Hold on. Okay, so it's an x squared. It's got a parabola to it. So that means this is going to come back up. So we need to set our window. Let's do x maximum like 100. So that way we can see that's coming back up. Our problem was we couldn't see the whole thing. So if you don't see much of the equation, try making your windows like your maximum x, which is to the right. So if you've got one of these, your x maximum is going to be over here, your x minimum is going to be over here, y maximum's up here, y minimum's down there. You're going to want to add or take away some to kind of make it so you can see your graph. Let's go to trace. Let's bring it all the way up there. Let me pull this up here so you can kind of see what it's doing a little bit better. Okay. See how y... I'm just tracing. See how we got 1,024 for y, or 27 for y? We're at 77. Well, now we're at 991 at 76. So somewhere between 76 and 77 we're going to get this. So, let's see, what do we want to do? Like I said, I don't remember exactly how to find that exact point, like mathematically. You could probably do your, yeah, I don't remember exactly, I'm sorry. But, probably find something online for that one. At least you can kind of see how to finagle it a little bit on your calculator, so that way you can at least have a decent guess. And I think that's everything that you sent me.